Hey Tacoma, it's Abby, and welcome to our 7th Flash Poetry Workshop. It is Friday, May 15th. Today I want to talk to you about where you go within yourself to write. Writing from your center is to write with all of your wildness and all of your conviction. It is not a turning away from conflict. It is turning toward it with ready awareness. Writing from your center is to speak truthfully, to feel and know without judgment what is beautiful and ugly, welcome, fearsome. Your center is where your voice resides. It cannot be taken or brought out by anyone but you. During quarantine, my inner critics have been off the chain. Their singular goal is to convince me of my unworthiness. I'm not smart, strong, skilled, interesting, or dedicated enough to write, they say. The world is too weaponized, too broken, too blind, they say. These voices have gotten louder and more caffeinated, I think. They start barking when I least expect it, and they can go on for hours, days, weeks. The result is that I alternate between feeling healthy enough and feeling like garbage. I'll be reading and writing 1 minute, then I'm silently whipping my poetry, myself, and all my experiences the next. So, what do you do when your inner critics are ravenous? I didn't realize until today that I've been hugging my cat more, that I've been waking up feeling even more tired than when I went to bed. I need to make space for my poetry, for my voice. I need to acknowledge it somewhere that it's not going to be injured by me, by anyone else, including the voices in my head. Your voice, the expression of who you are, comes from your center. By center, I mean a place within your mind, but I also mean the center of who you are physically. And what I want to do this week is a short guided meditation. My mother would be so proud of me. So for a guided meditation, this is really brief. All you really need to do during a guided meditation is listen. It's a bit like approaching a poem. No expectations. The meditation doesn't owe you anything. You don't owe the meditation anything. Just give it a couple minutes of your time. Here's a short guided meditation that is going to lead us into some writing prompts. Okay, so to start, put your hand on your belly, just below kind of your sternum. You can't see my hand, but it's on my belly. I can feel my abdomen rising and falling, my breath coming in and going out. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. If you're alone with your phone or your laptop, who's going to see you? Close your eyes if you can. Take 3 breaths, each one slower than the last. Feel your breath slow down and say to yourself, my breath is getting slower. Stay here for a moment, as long as you need to. You can hit pause, go listen to some music, but just pay attention to your breathing for a little bit. Take inventory within your breathing self. Think of your center as a location. What's in there? Is there a fire, an empty glass, history? What resides within your center? Imagine that your poetry is kept here, that it is tucked between breaths, like small bits of paper, like down. Your poetry, your voice, is always available to you. It is available to you as long as your breath is available to you. Keep breathing in this space as long as you need to. Take your time. I'm going to end the guided meditation and most of the workshop with a quick poem by Danez Smith. You might know it. It's on poets.org, or it's also in their wonderful book, Don't Call Us Dead. This short poem is called Little Prayer. Let ruin end here. Let him find honey where there was once a slaughter. Let him enter the lion's cage and find a field of lilacs. Let this be the healing, and if not, let it be. I want to take that poem into my center and to plant it. Here are some prompts to get you through the next week. The first prompt is often meditation uses metaphor as a way to center the mind. So I want you to write a short meditation using metaphor and guide the reader through a particular emotion using concrete details. There's no experience necessary with meditation or even poetry to dive into this. Your second prompt is write a poem about what you've expected and what you've actually gotten. Try using couplets. And your third and last prompt is a concrete poem. I feel like I've done a lot of spiraling this week. So if you can, create a poem that reads and appears on the page as a spiral, and allow the shape, the circular, the spinning motion of the words to impact the language and its meaning. So those are your 3 prompts. You can choose from any of them. You can also just choose what is rolling around in your head. But if you feel up to it, please send the drafts my way at gritcitypoetlaureate@gmail.com. I am happy to send you a bit of brief feedback. I'll see you back here next week with another guest artist from Tacoma. Probably in my cat's best interest that I meditate more.